Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in again today to Tony the Mayor, that's Tony the Mayor Tim's podcast. And this is my time to share with you stories of experience, strength, and hope. And I'm glad you tuned in today, coming to you live from the Lava Lounge, better known as my basement. Today, I pray that all is well with you. Now listen up. Don't forget to like us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor FM, and many other platforms. And it's so easy to find us. All you have to do is Google Tony the Mayor Tim's. Just put that in the Google search and a link should pop up that leads you to the show or one of the shows, and you can take it from there. Now don't forget when you get there to like us, leave a comment, share, download, share, and download the podcast. Most of all, we want you to leave that comment. I want to know what you think. Tell me a little bit about it. Leave me a message. If you want to reach me, you can reach me by going to bigdog0862@me.com. Or you can call me at 785-307-4662. I thank you for tuning in today, and I want you to sit back and enjoy today's story of experience, strength, and hope. Okay, this is Tony the Mayor. Today I'm interviewing and talking to two of Junction City, Kansas, Junction City Blue Jays football players, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves, starting with Damarion.
Hi, my name is Damarion Sellers. I'm a senior this year. I play football, basketball, and I run track. I'm looking forward to this interview.
Okay.
My name's Tyree, Holloway. I'm a junior. I'm a slot wide receiver. Play football, track. That's about it.
All right, I'm going to just talk to you guys a little bit about football, if you want it. You run track too? Both of you
Yes,
guys
sir.
run track. Okay. You don't play basketball?
I used to. I focus on football more.
Oh, okay. All right. I see Damarion trying to throw some, what they call it, shade? What I want to just talk about, I mean, I know you guys, your record is what now?
We're 7-1.
7-1.
Okay. And you're getting ready to go to the state playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And well, this is what, sub-state they call it, what? Or just this state, just this?
I don't really know what they call it.
Yeah.
You know it's a playoff game.
Yeah, we just know it's a playoff game.
All right. So let me ask you first, Damarion.
Okay.
What really motivated you to want to be into sports and play football, basketball?
So, growing up, I always heard about my sister. My sister Armani, she did track, and everybody used to tell me how fast she was and how like I had a lot to live up to. And I'm a really competitive person. I want to be the best at everything I do. And so, I mean, I just worked with my sister, and she really pushed me into sports, and then it just went up from there.
You think you can beat her running now?
I know I could beat her running now.
You know that you haven't raced her?
Yeah, we have.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You didn't race on the football field. I heard you pretty fast on the football.
We'll have to see.
All right, Tyree.
Really just growing up, elementary, all that, I was like one of the fastest kids. Mm-hmm. So I just got into, first I was in flag football. I was really good in that. Mm-hmm. So I told my mom, I was like, hey, just try tackle football. So I played for the Junior Jays. Coach is telling me that I'm actually really good. And we went to the All-Star team, won that championship. So I just stick with football.
Did you play Junior Jays?
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all play together?
No, we weren't on the same team.
You ever played against each other?
No, he didn't want that. He
okay.
doesn't want that.
Don't do that.
He didn't want that.
Don't do that.
Okay. Do you watch sport a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you watch? See, because I watch football.
Mm-hmm.
I can, if it comes on at 11 o'clock in the morning, I'll watch it till 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Do both of you guys watch football?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I feel like you have to be a student of the game to be good in said game. Like, if you want to be good in football, you have to watch football.
Mm-hmm.
What do you look for?
Well, I like Cowboys. So one of my I look up to Amari Cooper, and because he's just like his route running. I'm a receiver, he's a receiver, so I just learn off of him. He has a nice route running, he's smart, so I just learn off of him.
Okay. Do you look at any of the characteristics to how they are off the field or anything like that?
Yeah, we pay we pay a lot of attention to that. If we see like if I were to see somebody pouting or something like that because they're not getting their way in the game, I wouldn't really look up to them as a good person, because I feel like in order to be a good leader, you have to, if you're having a bad game, you still have to be up and cheerful for the rest of the people who are doing good.
Oh, that's pretty good then. When I played football, that was back a long time ago, and I don't know how it is with you guys, but I know you develop like a family with each other. You guys, they're part of your. It's like family.
Yeah.
You look up to each other and everything like that. So let me ask you, do you look up to other players on the team?
Yeah, I look up Rudy Vargas for one. Mm-hmm. He's a leader. He's an actual leader. He pushes us. He pushes everybody on the team. He leads us. He leads by example. He doesn't pound on the field. He gets us right. He just motivates us on the game stuff.
He's a team captain or something, or one of the. He's a senior also.
Yeah, he's a senior.
Okay.
When I was younger, I always looked up to Ethan Alcorn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
He just, I'm a really faithful person. I grew up in the church, and so he was the same person off the field as he was on the field. He was hard on us on the field because he wanted the best out of us. And when it came to, in school and stuff like that, if he seen me acting out or something like that, he would set me right. And so I really looked up to Ethan.
Kind of makes you listen a little bit more when you have somebody, one of your peers, tell you about what you're doing, wrong in school.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to just talk to you about next, because people call you jocks, say jocks get in trouble. They say they get in trouble a lot. They do what they want to do in school, and because I know how it was when I was in high school. Some of the guys, not that I was a good player, I was on the team, but some of the guys got away with a whole lot of things just because they were on the football team or basketball team,
Yeah.
But I think it's changing now because you guys are trying to get a different. I mean, I remember when the school start having the players dress out in ties and nice shirts on game days and everything like that. And I thought that was really nice. So what's happening with a person that's off the field? What do you try to represent off the field?
So off the field, we try to represent the best behavior. We see ourselves as the example for the school. I personally believe that if the majority of us athletes are behaving well in class, a lot of people who don't have said athletic abilities tend to look up to us. So if we're behaving in class, they're going to do the same thing. If we're acting out, they're going to think it's cool because we're the athletes that they look up to, and they're going to do the same thing. So I believe that we should all have a good mentality and be good behavior off the field.
And another thing is like, if we're acting up, not doing good in school, not doing good in school, it means like you're not gonna do good on the field.
Yeah.
So like your behavior off the field is gonna
translate
on the field.
That's good. And I know you guys are looking forward to not just stopping this in the high school. You want to go further with it. So it's good to have people can go back. When we watch like the ESPY, is that what it is, the ESPN Awards, and you go back and you see stories on some of these guys that they were good kids. They weren't. Some of them that always were in trouble too. But how the sports, not the sport, just the game. But I think it's affected where the coaches have on your life and where they what they help you with. My football coach was also my gym teacher. He was my driver's ed teacher. Football coach. So he had a lot. So even when I go back to Chicago, I try to stop by his house and say hi to him, or say hi. His name was Mr. Ware. Was a great guy. Excellent guy. So tell me about your relationship with your coaches.
So for me, I've always been around Coach Z. Coach Z is someone that I really look up to as an adult. He always tells us the person that you are today will be the person that you are for the rest of your life.
He says. Okay.
And so that really hits hard, and a lot of us athletes really cherish what he has to say because he's such an intelligent and wise man.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of people look up to Coach Z. I look up to Coach Z too. most people don't think that he's actually serious of what he's talking about. Most people won't really listen to it, but if you listen to what he's saying, it's true. Like the person you are right now is the person you're gonna be like 10 years from now.
I remember when this was over 16, 17 years ago, when I used to work at the high school. I would be in the same class with Coach Z sometimes when he's teaching the health class and stuff like that. And he would sometimes he'll just stop the class and he'll give a lecture, you know.
Oh, yeah.
He'll lecture.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's acting up, doing everything. He just stopped the class.
Yeah.
You know, nobody wanted to learn anyway, I guess he said, you know. So let's stop and let's talk, you know, and let me tell you guys a few things. So that's really good. It's good to have a good relationship with your coach. What age did you guys, Tyree, what age did you start playing, get into sports? I know you said flag football and everything.
Yeah, around 4th grade, I think, is when I started playing flag football. And then as soon as I got into middle school is when I wanted to play tackle football for the junior Jays.
Okay.
So as soon as I could play sports, I jumped into it. Kindergarten was when I first started soccer. I was really good at that. And then 1st grade is first year I got to play football. And I found a love for that. Like, I loved all sports, but football was home. Felt like home.
So you like football more than basketball?
Yeah.
Do you like football more than track?
Yeah, to be honest, I really only do track for the conditioning.
Okay.
For the conditioning for football season.
Yeah.
Football, that's just my main motivation right now is football.
Okay. So what do you think? Have you given up? Do you think you sacrificed anything to play sports?
I believe as a student and athlete, you sacrifice a lot of your time to play sports. It helps you with time management. You have to learn when is it time to play, when is time to get serious and do your work, and when is it time to worry about your sport. You have to, as an athlete, you don't have much time, so you have to use each second wisely.
Okay. All right. So, do you think attitude is a winning factor? You know, what does your attitude play in the winning the game and playing the game?
Yeah, your attitude is completely the key. If you come in with so say you're playing a team and you think with your attitude that they're not good at all, we're going to beat them. You come in, you practice all week slouching, you don't practice hard at all. That attitude is going to follow through the game and you're just going to get smacked. But if you going through practice serious, like you're playing the best team in the state, then you'll do good.
Yeah. And vice versa, if you go in there and you're like, and you get hit in the mouth first quarter and they just 14-0. And then you just get down on yourself and you're like, this game is over, then you won't play to your best ability. Now if you go in there and like, okay, they're up by 2 touchdowns, but we still got this, we still have a chance, then that's what really motivates you and your team to push forward and come out victorious.
Okay. Tell me about some role models, you know, those that were either role models or your parents or somebody, you know, to help you with your success.
I think someone that really helps me with my success is my mom. I grew up watching her. Sometimes she goes from working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and I all my life I just seen her working hard to support me and my brother, and so that translated to me in sports. It's like if I make it here, she won't have to work as hard. So that's what motivated me.
I think my mom and my dad. My mom, she worked hard for like her own business. She created her own business. We really had nothing starting off, and then she just worked. Now she has her own office. She has everything. My dad, he worked really hard in the gym, all that. I work out with him sometimes. He just really pushes me to do the best of my ability.
That's good. It's good to have some positive role models. I talked about role models in your neighborhood and different things on one of my podcasts before, and you know, people you grew up looking at or you see around, you know, even up to this day. I'm a little bit older. I'm 50-some years old now, and I have people that I look up to, whether it's at church or whether it's at work or whatever. That they are role models to me. You know, and when I say role models, they modeling what you should do or it's something in them that you can find that you like. You understand that it motivates you to do what you're supposed to do and everything like that. And what better thing is it for a parent? My mother was very supportive too. You know, there's something, you know, people call you mama's boy or anything like that, but there's something about a mother's love and a son's love together and stuff. So it means a lot and everything. Tyree, do you have any heroes or other one besides the role model? Do you have any heroes you think, whether they be famous people or?
I wouldn't say a hero, but like I feel like my motivation really comes from Coach Ty, because Coach Ty, I'm not really close with him, but I remember he played in the NFL. He played K-State football, so I know he knows what he's doing. I remember a quote he said from my freshman year. He said, "Burn the boats." Before a game, he was talking about burn the boats. Basically, once you go in, you have to burn the boats, and there's no turning back.
Okay.
So you have to go in and do the best of your ability, and there's no turning back.
He's a good guy.
He's a really good guy.
I remember watching him all the way from high school up to K-State and everything. Damarion?
Mine comes from like people from civil rights movements, like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, and I just like to, what I look up to is their leadership, their ability to give people something that like give hope and have the people follow them, be willing to follow them, and I just aspire to be able to be a good leader. Like that's something that I look up to.
They were good leaders, and those are some of the same people I look up to when I can say heroes and stuff. All right, let's talk about football. We said we're 7-1.
Yes, sir.
Who's the one?
Manhattan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about that game.
That game, it was different. A lot of us are new or fresh starters. We have a few returners from defense, and I'm the only guy from offense that really played a decent amount last year. So it was a new environment and an energy that people weren't used to, And so I think it was a kind of a shock factor in the beginning. And with that, you can't give a good team that, because you won't be able to get back in it. And we fought, but there was only so much we could do.
What's so important about the Manhattan Junction City game? Why is that such a
that rivalry is just something different?
Yeah. Y'all playing for the
silver trophy.
For the silver trophy.
Yeah.
And they have it now. You guys had it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And because you beat them last year, right?
Yes, sir.
And they got it now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Do you want to see them again in the playoff?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's more of we have something to prove. We lost to them, and we honestly shouldn't have. They're a good team, not knocking off anybody. They do have a good lineup there, but that was a game that we can't have back, but we should have won. And if we see them in playoffs, I think we could give them a different story.
Mm-hmm. How did you feel when you walked on the field up there? It's not like walking in at home.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It was a different environment for me because I didn't play them last year. I was in Texas last year, so walking in this year was a different environment because I knew how much the silver trophy meant to them. So I knew that I had to play the best of my ability to try to get it back. But we were not at our best potential that game. Yeah. So if we see them again, it's going to be a totally different game.
Yeah.
That's great. One thing I did notice about them, you could tell it's a big rivalry because I know every game that I've been to in Junction City, most of the home team side, they'll cheer for or they'll clap for whatever when the other team's coming out their locker room or when they coming off the field or something happens. So they're respectful for the other team. But when I was at the Manhattan game, I heard a few boos when you guys.
Oh yeah,
and even that, lining up on the side where, like, as a receiver, I was lining up like near their sideline, kind of, and like it was so bad to the point where like coaches were talking mess to me, like number 10, you're not doing nothing, and it's like I'm like
you're trying to get in your head.
Yeah, and I'm like, you're a grown man, sir, like trying to play the game.
Definitely can't let nobody get in your head.
Yeah,
like that.
To me it's kind of funny, but it's still like it's an intense game.
Okay. All right. And then the other night, you played Highland Park. I think they went to a running clock in the second half.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that the refs came up with or the coaches agreed to that? Or how did they come up with that?
So if we're up by a certain amount of points, they'll do that. Like the refs call it like running clock. And so that it's not like we're dragging the game on or like they're not dead ball, so that it's not as bad as a game for the team that's possibly losing.
Y'all took out most of the starters when?
Second quarter.
Trying to
save them all for the playoffs, Just try to get up as much as you can and just save them.
Yeah.
Rest them.
Okay, speaking about getting hurt, I know a kid that's been on that team. He's fantastic. I've known him when he was at Westwood School when he was just a little something. You know, he would come down to 12th Street all the time, and he would get on the basketball court playing against these grown men like he was 6'3" or something. You know, and he had no fear in him. It seemed like. And a good heart too.
Yeah,
Very respectful.
He has a really big heart.
That's TJ.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So tell me, how did that? I knew it affected the guys. I mean, it affected the whole stadium, visitors and home
that
team.
Whole environment.
It just got so quiet in there, and everyone was really worried. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we was
so in the process of it happening, I just go through what happened. I was blocking for him, and blocking the guy, and they blow the whistle, and I'm like, he's out of bounds, okay. When I see him on the ground, I'm like, okay, let me go help him up. So like we're told to do, help up your teammates. Mm-hmm. And as I'm running over there, I like catch a glimpse of it. Mm-hmm. And like at the time that I look, he sees it, and he like, and then a T-High guy, Damarion, I thank him for this, but he jumps in front of me and he's like, don't look, it's bad. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'm still trying to look over, and I see, and then TJ started screaming, and it was just the fact that there was nothing we could do except for listen to him be in pain. That really affected us, and that it was hard to finish that game, and it was even harder to play the next game because it was like we're missing a piece. The week was different without TJ.
Did you feel like you really had to win that game?
Oh yeah. We
that was the fourth quarter, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We were in that huddle. We were waiting for him to get on the stretcher, get sent to the hospital. We were in that huddle. We was like, yo, we got to do this for TJ. We got to finish the game for him. He's the heart of our team, to be honest.
He brings energy.
He brings that whole energy to the whole team. He fires up everybody. So just seeing him like that just probably broke everybody's heart.
Again, during that time, I noticed I don't know what other coaches were over there, but I saw Coach Z. Seemed like he never left from over there. He went over there, he stayed there, and I mean the role. I know Coach Z. I met him and talked to him. You know, worked in class with him before. But one thing I can remember about him, he really loves his players.
Oh, yes.
He's concerned about you guys on the field and off the field. And you remember when I came up to the school, what was that, a couple of years ago, when they were sending you home, you know, because they thought you were, you had been in contact with someone, you know, that was positive.
Yeah.
And they were putting you out, you know, you wouldn't been a player or anything. And I remember his passion when he came out and talked to me. You know, it wasn't like I have to have this kid on the team. This kid's supposed to be on the team, but it was because he felt that you were doing it was unjust.
Yes,
they were doing not his player wrong, but an individual student. You know, and that means a lot. You know, I know you guys, you really love your coach and everything. So, what other ways have he inspired you? Or any other coach? You got Coach Snipe, Coach Ty. You got all of them out there.
Coach Snipes, he really inspires me to push through adversity.
Mm-hmm.
These past couple of years, he's been going through a lot. His son passed, and some of his family members have gotten sick and passed. But every day he tries to be out there and be with us and support us, and he always has a smile on his face. So seeing that, no matter what I'm going through at the time or what someone else is going through, I just try to be there for the team and have a smile on my face.
What about you?
Coach Z really motivates me. He tells me all the time if I'm doing wrong on the field. He's like, if I'm getting on you, that means I want you to be your best potential. I know you have potential. I know you can be successful in your life. So when he puts me like that, it just really motivates me to keep going. With lifting and stuff, he tells me not to skip any reps. I don't skip any reps. He just tells me to work. So I just.
Mm-hmm. Do any of you guys have other classes that you're part of in here? It's like strength and conditioning.
Yeah,
we have advanced strength with him. That's my first hour class. I'm still half asleep, and he's just like, let's go,
Yeah.
let's get it going. And it you may not like it, but it's for the best.
And I listen to the coaches when I wait for the coach to come up to the booth after the game and talk. And it's always good on what he says, you know, as far as about the team. If they didn't play good, he'll say, well, we didn't play good. We didn't do good. The other team was a much better team, or they played harder and things. So he's pretty good about this. All right, we're going to get ready to wrap it up. I'm going to a few more things, though. If Tyree, if it was a movie made about you, who you want to play you? And what would the movie be about?
like an actor, like a
yeah. Who would portray you? You know anybody?
I say Drake. For me, my favorite actor is Kevin Hart. He's just so funny. Yeah, he's just so funny. So that'd probably be my actor.
Okay.
Do
you crack jokes a lot?
Yeah, when in the mood, yeah.
Yeah.
Crack jokes.
I have two. One of them passed. Okay. Chadwick Boseman. That was someone who I really looked up to. Mm-hmm. But if it was not him, it was Michael B. Jordan, and that's someone I think would portray me very well.
Is that right?
Yeah.
If it was me, it would probably be Denzel Washington, since we look so much alike. Hey, do you know my favorite movie?
Norbit.
That's one of them, man. We can cut that out. Training Day is one of them, but Norbit for comedy is Norbit.
Yeah.
Okay, one more thing. What advice could you guys give to younger kids? You see, I know at the beginning of the year they had all the junior J's guys out there on the field with you and everything, and I think they really look up to you guys. Didn't you guys go to? So you went to one of the schools and visited, right?
Yeah.
So what advice do you have to these young guys that's coming up and playing?
Some advice I would give them to take every rep seriously. My mistake was I in the beginning I was kind of scared to lift, or I was upset that I wasn't as strong as I could be in the beginning of my training freshman year, and it kind of held me back a little bit. I feel like if I worked harder then, I would be a lot better now. Not saying that I'm not good now, but just push to be the best in everything you do and take everything seriously.
My advice to younger people would probably be, don't take anything for granted. You have to play and live like it's your last day lifting and playing. Cause I remember yesterday, was my freshman year, and now I'm a junior, about to be a senior. Mm-hmm. So just don't take anything for granted. Just work to be the best of your ability. Just don't take nothing for granted. Do you have any fears from leaving? It's a whole different ball game when you become a senior and then you graduate. Mm-hmm. What's your fears, or what's your outlook, or what do you think? Because we're living in times where I grew up in Chicago, so a guy that lives to be 18, 19, it's a winner there. You got kids game banging at 12, 13, and 14. So what's your hope for? What do you want to go as far as after school? What's your outlook or any fears? After school, I want to play football in college. So, but if that doesn't happen, I want to be a detective, because I'm gonna graduate or study criminal justice in college. So, I'm hoping to be a detective. If football doesn't work out, I'm trying to play football in college. It's always good to have something else in there. Yeah.
So mine, I want to be I want to play football in college as well. But if that's not an option, even if it is, I'm gonna get my realtor license, and I plan on doing that as a means of making money in college, and as making money for future investments, like a house for a family or something like that.
Okay, that sounds great. Both of you guys, I want to congratulate you on the success of the football team, but also as role models of young men being role models, and do what you can to be a role model in the school. I did a lot of stupid stuff. Yeah. Because I was, you say you like Kevin Hart. I like Richie Pryor back then and all that. So I used to crack jokes and do pranks on people, and it got me in a lot of trouble, And it took, like you said, if you think back sometimes, say, if I would have did this, then I'd be farther than I am today, or if I would have did that. So, I congratulate you guys. I want you guys to really stay focused, and we're going to talk again after you guys bring home that state trophy, okay?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for listening. I'm glad that you tuned in today to listen from the beginning until the end, and I appreciate that. Now, if you want to reach me, you can reach me at BigDog0862 at bigdog0862@me.com. That's my email address. You can also reach me by phone at 785-307-4662. You can leave a message there. You can reach me on the internet. Just type my name into any search engine. And the way you do that is just type in Antonio the Mayor Timms. Antonio the Mayor Timms. Most of all, appreciate when you listen on YouTube, because you can leave a message there. You can leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down. You can leave a like or dislike. You can leave a comment, but most of all, you can subscribe. So please continue to listen to me and continue to support this show that focuses on experience, strength, and your hope. Thank you. Have a good day. Be blessed, be nice, but be real most of all.